to another, I think, more contributor-related feature. So we added Cucumber testing framework to Iroha 2.0 version. So every feature that is described in Iroha 2.0 requirements will be covered with Kirkin scenarios. It is a formal language for description of different use cases, user stories. We can use English language, but it can be also translated to different languages, and we can use different languages for this functionality. They are placed inside our documentation. So inside our repository under the docs source features, you can find different feature descriptions in Kirkin. And if you have an ability to review them, maybe add new scenarios, you are welcome to contribute and create new pull requests. From the Iroha team perspective, we will provide a backend for these features. So we will write step definitions for Cucumber. These step definitions will work with provided Kirkin description of some steps. We can use regular expressions here to do not hard code some parameters like account names, domain names, assets quantity, etc. Parse them from the incoming scenarios and cover them with some logic, which will be used during the test execution. And when we will run our unit integration and other types of tests, we will also run Cucumber tests. And as you can see, Cucumber as a framework will provide runs for every scenario we had. And also it will notify if we have some scenarios with steps do not cover it. It will mark them as not yet implemented, and our team will be responsible for implementation of these steps. And also if some tests will fail, it will provide some debug information and will show us which step failed and why. Some questions about that?
Is there like a description and documentation for this feature itself, like the Cucumber thing?
Yes, we do not have a reference in our contributing guidelines, so I think we will add more information to our documentation, but basically all general aspects of BDD, Cucumber, and Gherkin can be found on the official cucumber.io site. And here you can find basic information about what is BDD and what is Gherkin syntax and many other things that not are Iroha specific, but for Iroha specific things like where to find feature descriptions, how to provide your own step definitions, etc. I think we will write some more words in contributing.md, and maybe if we will need and we will have a request from the community, we will also write some small guide about this.
Okay, I got it. Because it's it's like new stack, so people might be interested about how it works. So so that would be nice if the references to gherkin and cucumber stuff would be like somewhere there. So it wouldn't be difficult to find it. That would be nice. But yeah, thanks.
Okay, I will create an issue for that. Maybe other questions?
More like a comment, but currently what I have seen on the screen is the same issue that we had with Iroha 1 integration tests, is that the tests basically are for business logic and the commands, and this is not related to blockchain functionality as synchronization and consensus. But what I see is that These tests require bringing up the complete node. These tests, well, they also enable some other functionality from the node which is not required in these tests.
Yeah, this test is more about end-to-end testing. So for integration testing of box synchronizations, for example, or consensus, we had some minimized versions of environment and even had network mocking for some tests. This BDD testing is more about business-related features without low-level technical aspects, and they should be treated like that. So if someone will want have a need to contribute some more tests about consensus-related stuff, or maybe some other technical aspects of peer-to-peer communications, it's better to provide them in form of simple integration tests with some minimized environment.
Of course, that is correct. And the thing I was saying is that even now, these tests for business logic, they bring up the Iroha peer, which is not required for these tests because they are only for business logic. And in general, these two modules, the business logic and the core blockchain, should be tested separately.
No, it is about end-to-end testing. So we use Iroha peer as a black box. We provide some input in form of requests, yes, and we check outputs in form of queries. So we need everything up and running. We use right now only one peer configuration. So there is only one peer. It is a leader, and it skips some consensus-related things like voting, etc., because it doesn't need it. But generally, it's not a problem that we bring up the whole peer, because we want to have an end-to-end testing without any mocks, I mean, without any stubs or disabled functionalities that will be enabled out of the box. But as you can see, for example, for some modules like Iroha Bridge module, we need to define that they should be enabled, and this way they will be enabled during the test. Otherwise, we will not provide not out of the box functionality, for example, decentralized exchange or bridge.